they start. Welcome back. As we promised, we are going to dedicate the remaining part of our breakfast show to a very important issue, which is nutrition, particularly in this cold weather and particularly for our sons and daughters who are going to face the exams in the coming few weeks. To shed more light on this and to have the right steps in this issue, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Dr. Nahla Bakry, our nutritionist. A very good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, let's start with the very first logical question, speaking about the cold weather, and to ask, is it that normal or that ordinary to feel hungry in cold weather and to have this cravings to sweets?
Yes, absolutely, because in cold weather, your body needs more energy, which means it needs more calories, and so that translates to more foods. And if you're very cold and you have not eaten enough or you're not eating a balanced diet, then your body starts craving calories fast, which means you start craving sugars, because sugars are the fastest form of energy to the body. So the best way to combat these cravings is to actually eat more nutritious foods on a regular basis during the day, like every 3 to 5 hours, eating a balanced meal that contains healthy carbs, proteins, fruits and vegetables, and also some yogurt.
Yep.
And if you're doing this during the day, you will not have these sweet cravings.
Yeah. Ma'am, also there are two types of feeling hunger. I mean, there is a real or an actual feeling and a pseudo feeling. How I can differentiate between this and that?
That's a very good question, actually. The physical hunger, which is the real hunger, you could feel it when your stomach starts growling. You put your hands on your tummy and it's a little bit empty. Mm-hmm. And also, if you haven't eaten for the past 5 hours, then we can say that you are really, really physically hungry. But if you've just eaten and in a couple of hours, or an hour, you start craving sweets, so that's absolutely an indication that you have not eaten the right food, and this is an emotional hunger.
Yeah.
But a remedy to counter that is just to have a little piece of dark chocolate after your lunches or dinners, or even better in this cold weather, hot chocolate. You know, a little bit of hot chocolate will fix this feeling right away.
Yeah, ma'am, also, if I want to mention what's going on, even as we speak with moms and sons and daughters who are going through exams and trying to revise their studies and to be ready for the coming exams period, many would say that, or many mothers, they do have the assumption if their kids do not eat sugar and do not eat carbohydrates, they are not going to be able to concentrate. And they force them to eat such things or such types of food, claiming that this is their way to focus and to concentrate more. To what extent this is a wrong consumption and wrong assumption?
Actually, if you consume a diet that is high in sugars, that's going to be less. It's going to affect your concentration and cognition in a negative way. Mm-hmm. The best foods for concentration are the omega-3 foods, and that is abundant in fish, in flax seeds, in nuts, and especially walnuts.
Yeah.
Avocados, eggs, green leafy, and whole grains. So it has nothing to do with sugars whatsoever. To concentrate, cocoa also, as I said, mentioned, or dark chocolate, and better yet, the pure cocoa drink for your kids is the best way to make them increase their concentration and their performance.
Yeah. Ma'am, also there is something which is really phenomenal these days, not only in Egypt, by the way, but in the whole world, that there are such large numbers of people, of kids to be accurate, allergic to some components of our food, milk, lactine, if, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, starch, stuff like that. How I can make a good formula for a kid who is sensitive or allergic to some of these components in the same way, not to affect his performance or his mental and physical fitness.
The very famous allergies or allergens are peanuts. Some kids are allergic to peanuts and peanut products, so we have to be very, very careful because that's extremely dangerous. But
Yeah.
they can eat any other products. As I said, you know, walnuts, nuts and seeds, other seeds, doesn't have to be peanuts. And as you mentioned, the lactose intolerance, that's in milk, but even lactose intolerant can consume yogurt and rye and cheeses, and they still perform fine. That's a form of calcium. And if they cannot have that at all, they can replace that with green leafy like parsley or spinach that is abundant in calcium.
And what
And
about
then finally,
soya
the
milk or
gluten
coconut milk,
intolerance,
ma'am?
that is we can hear this very commonly these days.
Yes.
You can just avoid all wheat products and then replace that with other grains like corn or legume like chickpeas. I mean, there are other products. If you're gluten intolerant, then you cannot eat really bread, but then you can eat rice, you can eat other forms of complex carbohydrates.
Yeah. Let me ask about something specific. Coconut milk or soya milk can be good alternatives to the cow milk or the animal milk?
Not really, but the best alternative to, because of the calcium that is available in cow milk is really amazing, and you can, as I said, find that in yogurt. Otherwise, you can take some soy milk or some almond milk or nut milk, and that will have some calcium in it. It's not going to be the same like cow milk, but you can actually replace that, as you said, but not coconut milk.
Dr. Bakry, I should seize the opportunity since I do have you, and I hope next time you are going to be my guest live here in the studio to speak about COVID-19, particularly the post-COVID-19 period. I mean, if I do have someone who was infected with the virus and he is now recovered, but I'd like to afford him or her, of course, with the best ever food formulas to regain immunity once again, to regain health once again, and to try to pass this critical period.
Yes, to boost your immunity, whether you're pre-COVID or post-COVID, I mean, this period we're in, we really have to concentrate on our immunity, and the vitamins are available mainly in fruits and vegetables. And I will just give you a very, very simple remedy. It's like every meal or snack that you consume during the day has to contain fruits and vegetables in 5 colors that are red, white, green, orange, and purple. Every color has its vitamin, because your immunity vitamins or minerals are vitamin A, D, C, E, B6, and the minerals iron, folate, selenium, zinc. And in order for you to get all that, the best thing is to have a balanced meal. And a balanced meal, that means that every time you eat a meal or a snack, it has to contain vitamins from the fruits and vegetables. For instance, if you want to have some peanuts or nuts for a snack, add a fruit to that. You understand? So if you want to have a piece of cheese, add a vegetable to that. And if you do that, then you really are boosting your immunity, whether you're pre-COVID or post-COVID.
We hope that this COVID is going to be diminishing, dwindling, to be completely out of our whole world, and to wish all people speedy recovery and rest in peace for all the martyrs of this pandemic. Well, ma'am, I'm going to leave you, but with a promise to see you here in the studios, as this is a very big issue and we want to discuss it in detail. Dr. Nahla Bakry, our nutritionist, thank you very much for your input, ma'am. And by this, we come to the end of this episode of our breakfast show. But tomorrow, in another crew and another day and another episode, you were in the company of my dear colleague Amal Mukhtar and myself, Nurmina Abdurrahman. Many thanks for watching.